This is at Arthur Point now, where the Shotover Jet operates from, which I've done a few years ago with John, Din and Maria. It was good fun. One of the boats just left a few minutes ago, so I'm hoping it will come back and I can take a little video of it, but I might run out of patience. I can't remember how long they go for. Going to do another spin up there and come back. It's quite amazing how they maneuver the boat through the shallow bits as well, and very close to the edge of the creek. Like you get within centimeters of the rock when they turn the boat around and spin it. There it is, coming back, finishing the ride. The next group of people is already there. He's doing another spin. I've just driven up to Coronet Peak Ski area. So obviously it's summer and there's no skiing at the moment, but this is where the ski lifts start from, so you have to drive up. The view from here over to Mount Ben Lomond on the right hand side, and where the lake makes a little appearance on the right hand side, that's Queenstown there. Then Queenstown Hill that I've just been on, that big boulder in the middle now, Lake Wakatipu behind, stretching going down south. Over here behind this little hill in the middle is Frankston and the airport behind it. The Remarkables over there. And this is up here where the lifts start. Even have a few gondolas now, Jesus, gondolas and chairlifts attached. So not many lifts here, I think there's 4 or 5 and that's it, but it's quite a nice skiing area. And I'm going to walk up to the peak now. I have no idea how far it is, but it can't be that far. Rightio. So I just started walking from the bottom of one of the chairlifts, gondolas, but I didn't bother to look for the trail So far I just come up the ski slope and then I saw this track here, but I'm obviously not going to go and use that because that's a downhill biking track and I don't want to have an incident with some mad mountain bikers or downhill bikers, ruin their day and mine by crashing into each other. So this is extremely steep here. Serves me right for being impatient. The track probably starts down there and goes gently around the mountain, and I'll just walk near the track, near the downhill track, and if I see someone I shall move out of their way. So my brother would love this, his wife and his girls. Whew. All right. And you can see all these snow guns everywhere. So even here in New Zealand, oh, there's a plane coming in. Probably won't be able to spot it. Just right. There's my finger. There. And it's going to come down to the airport. I forgot what I was going to say, never mind. There's another road over there. Goes up to those mobile phone towers, I suppose. There are some roads sporadically on these mountains for those towers, but generally they're closed off. You can't use them to get up there, not by car anyway. You'd have to walk. At least here it was tarmac all the way up here to the bottom station of the ski lifts. Most of the tracks that go up here, like if you look up just above where the plane is now, straight up in the Remarkables, in that basin on the top, that's where the Remarkable ski area is, and most of that track is gravel road from memory, or Cadrone, it definitely is, and Coronet, not Coronet Peak, Treble Cone from the Wanaka side. I think I'm about halfway up to the top station, and boy is it steep. There's one of the reservoirs here for the snow guns, and it looks like it's pretty full of emptiness, barely any water in it. If it doesn't rain a lot, they might have to pump some up. So it looks like they've replaced some of the chairs with the gondolas, so people have an option. These chairs are not too bad. I think they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seaters. They look fairly comfortable. Don't have covers or anything, but they do have footrests. But of course, if you want to be nice and cozy on the way up, a gondola is the better choice. But then again, you have to take your skis off, and it can be a hassle as well, taking them on and off. So I suppose it depends on what kind of day it is when you're skiing up here, what you prefer to use. Right. So I found the road. So rather than going up straight under the lift, I'm now opting to traverse up along the road. A bit longer, but certainly not as steep. So you can see it's getting quite windy up here now, and very shortly I'm going to be exposed to get to the peak. But again, what a view, just beautiful. If only the sun was out a bit more. And I've just reached a little leftover patch of snow, frozen, that's protected in that bend here. And gee, it looks like there's some weather coming in, so I wonder if I'll make it to the top. Not too much further, so I will try, but it is fairly late in the afternoon already as well. It's 3 o'clock. And I do want to go back and edit all of today's footage. Never intended to do that much today. I thought I'll just do a relaxing little hike up Queenstown Hill over there in the centre, that flat hill. But now I'll have to look up how high Coronet Peak is, but it might be higher than Lamont over there, or not far from it, because I'm certainly not looking up anymore. But from a distance it's quite hard to tell. It's a long way away. Oh, look at this reservoir, it's completely empty. There's the top station, but that's not the peak, I don't think. I think the peak is behind it. And if it is, even better. Uphill access trail. Yes, it's certainly going uphill. I also just realised I haven't had any breakfast today. All I had was a banana so far. No wonder I'm getting hungry. But I suppose last night's burger and those big chips, I'm still getting energy from them. Oh, I certainly wasn't hungry this morning, that's for sure. Right. Oh God, I'll just walk over there. The hurdle. Certainly is a hurdle, but this refers to a black run for skiers, and the black run is the most difficult and steepest one. It does go down quite steep here because you can't really make it all out. Anyway, there you see they are 6-seaters and they're actually padded, so this area here has got better equipment than we do in Australia, that's for sure. Right, so I'm on the top of Coronet Express, and it is the peak up here, so that just shows you the lifts that this ski area has. Not many at all, 4 lifts, but the actual skiing is quite good here. I did prefer this area to the Remarkables, and Coronet and Treble Cone, I think they're a little bit bigger. I have a few more lifts. So, is there a sign anywhere how high up I am? Well, I'll have to look it up on my map. So I'll just walk up to the tower there, mobile phone tower, probably weather station, etc, etc. Maybe there's a plaque up there that tells you. Oh, it's still steep here. Right, turn that back to time lapse. Still a few meters to go, and it's almost hands and feet now on this rocky bit, but I just hope on the way down I don't get into the rain that's coming, but I do have a jacket with a hoodie, so I should be fine. Ay, ay, ay. I might turn this around. Which way do I go? I go this way. I'm as good as there. Maybe 5 more meters of elevation. And there's no sign either. Maybe here. So, Coronet Peak, double cone at the Remarkable ski area in the, I'll turn it around again. Like I said before, that basin straight across and between the peaks is the Remarkable ski area. Double cone at the Remarkables, they're 2,319 meters high. So that's the Shotover River down there. There you see the Coronet River. The first hill there is Ferry Hill, 694 meters high. Kelvin Peninsula Hill, that's the one that's hiding the bay that I was in yesterday. What was it again? Drift Bay. Then you've got obviously Lake Wakatipu, the Sugarloaf, 901 meters, and then Queenstown Hill, 907, and Ben Lomond over there, it's just the cloud is touching it now, is 1,748 meters, but it does not tell me how high I am right now, Coronet Peak. So I shall have to look that up somewhere else. Safe zone. There's another sign. That shows you the mountains. The other side. Madrono is further to the right there. Treble Cone is in the clouds now. Aspiring Post Nose 2700, 2490, 2525. Good mountains here. Just not a good view. But as you can see, the weather's coming in, so I shall not spend too much time up here and make my way back down. So it doesn't look that far from the bottom station there. No, it's actually not. You can't see the bottom station. That's like a restaurant pub halfway between the top of Coronet Express and the bottom. Oh, you can see one of the parking areas further down, but it's quite steep, that bottom end. Anyway, that's it from me for the moment. So I made it back to the car at the bottom of the Coronet Express at the car park, and my stats for this hike, it took me 1 3/4 of an hour, so 1 hour 45 minutes, and it's just over 5 kilometers return trip that I've done up to the peak and back, with almost 9,000 steps. I suppose they were small steps going uphill. And the altitude, actually on here it says something else than what I said before. I looked up how high Coronet Peak is, but that number of 1180 something that I said before was actually the bottom station and not the peak. According to this, I've started at 1175 meters and gone up as high as 1660 meters. So I've done 460 meters or so in total. No, actually it says total ascent 483 meters. So altitude gain or elevation gain 483 meters. Now this is counting for all the little ups and downs as well, because not just the plain difference between the altitude from here and the top, because you're going up and down and up and down, so you're actually walking more than if you were to fly. The rain held off, it was just drizzling a little bit. And now I'm absolutely done for the day. My knees and hips are buggered, and that was it for New Zealand. So tomorrow I will just mooch around Queenstown Gardens for a bit before I go to the airport and do my bunny hop back to Cairns. I've been rebooked a few times on this trip now, and hopefully this final itinerary will actually get me back. Fingers crossed there isn't another flight cancellation, because this is the last possible option there is, going Queenstown, Sydney, Sydney, Brisbane, Brisbane, Cairns. That'll be a long journey. I'll be home by about 11 o'clock tomorrow night. Okay, thank you Queenstown. Kia ora, Aotearoa. Until next time.